Okay, welcome everyone. I just wanted to take some time to put this together for the folks out there who've been following along with the media appearances in the United States, the Middle East, and abroad. I'm just going to give you an overview of some of the high level stories we've covered. Our team thought that it would be really good for the audience to understand what topics we've been addressing around the world and focusing on national security, international relations, and more. So let's go ahead and dive into the first station. We've had a relationship with Sky News for a while now, and we focused on so many major stories for you all, covering withdrawal of diplomats in Baghdad. If you all remember the Qasimi assassination, we've been focused on a variety of different topics to also include some of the letters, if you all remember, that came from the secretaries of defense declaring that the election was over. We all remember January 6th. We've covered airstrikes in Syria, inauguration security, big conversations on the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action out there in Iran, and the Israeli forces striking Iran oil ships and so forth as the tension continues to be strained between those nations. And as you all are following the Iran nuclear deal, again, the JCPOA, we've been heavily involved in discussing that troop withdrawal in Afghanistan. I know we all were very unfortunately had to see that decision being made by President Biden. However, that was a piece of history that we will continue to converse about for decades to come. Weapons seized in the Arabian Sea and so much more with Sky News Arabia. BNC, good station. We focused on NDAA. If y'all remember when General Lloyd Austin was appointed Secretary of Defense, we covered that story. We were heavily involved in some big topics like the Colorado shooting, the impeachment trial, the American Rescue Plan. He even did the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act assessment, talking about cost versus benefits analysis, and then our folks in the North Korea topics, long range missiles, and Kim Jong Un's focus. Following up with the Fox News piece, was very happy to have joined some very notable host. Brett Baier was great. Capitol Hill riots, inauguration security, or even to talk about the Harvard academia world. Unfortunately, started canceling some courses due to liberal influence on campus. We've had a great time with the Derek Chauvin trial. Al Hod out there in the Middle East. You all seen some of these stories. Caesar's Law, New Cold War, U.S., Russia, and Ukraine relations, as this is continuing to be a very big topic around the world. Bloomberg Ashrock, great station, covered the Huawei CFO being released, Pakistan and U.S. relations following Afghanistan withdrawal, and again the JCPOA. Newsmax, we've covered Attorney General Barr. Remember when he left the Trump administration, Hunter Biden investigation, national security, the Nashville, Tennessee bombing. If you all remember that and how that impacted, Homeland Security, and then preparation going forward in New York following those bombings. The Kenosha Kyle Rittenhouse, big story, as you know, has been acquitted of all charges, but good story nonetheless. OANN, cyber threats, cyber hack on FireEye. Remember that? That was a big one. President's veto on the NDAA. They wanted a perspective there. And then, the Yemeni terrorists that were apprehended at the border, if you all recall, big conversations on homeland security and border security. A lot of focus on that during the Trump administration, but the Yemeni terrorists that were apprehended at the border under President Biden's administration, you know, drew a lot of attention in regards to border security and so forth. RT, Russia, many of you probably don't know this, but RT is in the United States, broadcast internationally. It's good to have Americans on that station to kind of give the perspective of the United States. And again, a lot of topics, future global warfare, even had topics in regarding the enhanced soldier genome modification, which is interesting because these organizations and these countries are now testing to pretty much deploy solutions that would enhance the soldiers' capability in a warfield. It's very interesting to see all these topics come to light. But that's just a quick rundown of what happened in a little bit of 2021 and 2022. And if you're ever interested, call me. You can book me here, covering stories in LATAM, USA, and the Middle East, and also advising organizations on public policy. I look forward to working with you all. Thanks for watching.